On everything. Hey, peoples. I wanted y'all to say hi to Hidea. Say hi. She ain't trying to say hi. She ain't even trying to do nothing but sleep. Wondering when y'all gonna come on. Hey, Melody. So, this is the latest addition to the Conjure Corner. Say hi, Hidea. She don't want to wake up. But in any case, I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on my life. Now, since the end of last month, around Labor Day, my daughter has been working for me full time because I saw that it really didn't make a lot of sense for her to be working the job she was and trying to raise two children. We are a female-led household of single parents here. I can't really see you guys really good because, there we go. I'm going to do this because I got pumpkin in my hands. But, thank you. Went to New Orleans this weekend, smashed some goals, got my nose pierced, my septum pierced. Hurts like a bitch. But I don't know. I mean, I have been on Facebook Live. I have sent emails to customers where their orders were a little delayed. And I've always given people credit when their orders, and let's push my glasses up because that's one thing that bothers this piercing, when their orders are delayed. We are a home-based business. My 16-year-old helps. She's the oil queen. My 23-year-old helps. But when your help gets sick, as my daughter did when she was in the last stages of her pregnancy and has a baby, things slow down a little bit. Hi, Faya. And I appreciate all the customers who have... No, don't you start. Don't start. Because you're sitting right here with me. Why? You just ate. She's tripping, y'all. She's tripping like some of these customers are. But you all have to understand, first of all, I didn't really ever want to start a business, but I find that we are desperately needed. More so than when I never really got the understanding of how needed black conjurers were until I went to Louisiana. I went to New Orleans expecting a lot of touristy type of shops, but not some of the levels of disrespect to our culture and what we do as what I saw when I was there. Absolutely devastated. And then when we were in shops that had a modicum of respect for what we did, there are no black people there. You know, and that's a serious problem. There are lots of things that I'm going to be doing, and hopefully one of them is writing a book, but because everybody says that there is not enough black conjure workers writing books out here for what we need. So my goal is to do that, and I gotta try to find somewhere to fit that in. I have a day job. I have my kids. Just because you work at home doesn't necessarily mean that you have more time. In fact, I think you have less time because sometimes I have to make myself step back, which is what I had to do last night. I just went to bed. My daughters knew I wasn't happy with their level of production while I was gone, and so they stayed up to 5 a.m. And I'm going to turn this around because example of what they were able to accomplish last night. Yeah, that's it. But you have to understand, I'm going to turn around, that this stuff takes time, especially mini products like mini spell kits. You got people ordering 3 or 4 mini spell kits at one time. The oils are going on sale today, only the regular size oils. These oil samplers are labor intensive, and that's why they cost what they do. Because it's really hard to put a little bit of something in these itty bitty containers. But I like miniatures, and I know people want to try things, so I offer them. We've talked about taking them off of the website. Why are you giving the stink eye? Little Miss is giving the stink eye. You really can't see her. But I'm going to strap this baby to me so that Rakia can get on whatever she needs to do in here. And I'm going to be typing and doing my J job and working. But it, is the end of my lunch hour. So I wanted to come and talk to you guys. And yeah, I'm trying to make authentic products. It's really hard, but I enjoy it. And I've had people come and help, and some of them have not been very helpful because they don't read the quantities. Sometimes things get broken. I immediately replace it without a problem because it's not even, I don't know, Rolanda Smith, you want to be in my video? It's not even possible to do this stuff and do it authentically without taking the time that it requires. So if you guys look back to one of my previous statuses, I said, you know, I sent a letter to somebody who ordered a book on the 15th. We are not Amazon. We're not, just because you order a book doesn't mean we're going to turn it over in 2 to 3 days. We try, but we print off a pile of orders and we work on them as they come in, as it says on my website. But I am going to start trying to pull orders that are easily filled with ready-made products. Don't sell a lot of those, you know, and institute that as a change in the way we process things. And I'll have a meeting with the girls and tell them how to do that. But if you're looking for someone, I know I've worked for other conjure organizations. I've ordered from places that don't have, they have homemade things, and I know they take longer than we ever have. So I really wanted to thank you guys, as far as the ones of you who have really stuck with us during this past month, where things have absolutely been crazy. It all happened in the middle of a very successful sale. Unfortunately, I will not be able to offer a sale like that again due to the high volume of people for several months, because this is now festival season. We are getting ready for Witch Fest in New York. I still have not gotten the descriptions for my workshops to Star, who is Star Ravenhawk, who is planning it, and many apologies. But I got things to do just like everybody else, and there is not a single person who has ever ordered anything from my website that either did not get it or were they cheated. I don't take people's money. It's not that important to me. Sometimes I would just rather refund someone's money than deal with their distrust. You should not be ordering conjure products from someone you don't trust. And that includes me and anybody else that you order from. So pick your suppliers carefully. But right now, this baby ain't getting no younger. And I'm going to hold her. And I'm going to do my job that pays the mortgage. Because contrary to popular belief, y'all's orders, unfortunately, I wish they did. At this time, they're not paying the mortgage. So I have a job. And I've been utterly transparent to people in the process and saying so. There are things that I will order from Amazon rather than wait. Usually there are things like herbs that I get from Africa. They're certified organic. I love those. They're a good price. You know, things like the bath balls or whatever like that. I order those from a wholesaler, but you get the drift. So if there's something that you need and immediately, you can always call me, because unlike a lot of these people, not only do I answer messages on the phone and email, I pick up the phone when I can, but I always get back to you. If you have a rush, let me know. But 9 times out of 10, we can't accommodate rush orders. They would have to be at least over $100 for us to do that. So if you order a book that's like under $30 and we get to it, we see it right away, we usually ship those right away. But in crunch times like these, it takes time to get things out. I see Timothy's on here. Timothy sat with us making bath bombs. That's another thing that I'm wondering about, if we're going to continue because of the labor. Understand if you, or are you pooping? I bet you're pooping. I'm holding my granddaughter. But if it can't be rushed, it can't be rushed, and I don't know what to tell you. So I'm hoping that everybody is watching. I'll pass this video on to people who want to know, where's my order? Where's my order? When you just placed it this weekend and I had a notice on my website that I was traveling. Come on now. I just don't get it. But, you know, I try to balance my life. One of the things that I want to do is make sure that my family is taken care of. She's fine. She's got her brace on, you know. It's going to take time for her collarbone to heal. And that was another thing that happened. It's real hard to juggle all of this. And for most of us who are single, the income bearers and their family, they understand this. But there are things that are also more important than kowtowing to people that don't have a lot of patience. One of the things that you have to realize, I don't have no milk. One of the things that you have to realize about this practice is that it takes time. Even when you get the products, even when you start to do the work, it takes time. This girl wants to move. You better stay in this swaddle. And once you get the products, once you start to put the working in motion, it takes time. If you have no patience, root work, conjure, hoodoo, whatever you want to call it, there's not enough time for you if you don't have patience. Sometimes your spells will not work, so you think. But in the divine plan of the Creator and the ancestors, what is for you is for you. Root work helps to show that you care. Root work shows that you're willing to put effort into your petition and get the work done. And, you know, I understand. I run a business. I don't let my customers wait. And my kids kind of get mad at me because of it. Because I got up today and was like, okay, everybody rise up. It's time to get some stuff done. They were like, we was up till 5 processing orders. And I was like, okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Bye. So, yeah, but, you know, superhuman stuff. I'm not Superwoman. I ain't ever even going to try. My whole idea is to have balance in my life and to provide a service to people that will help improve their lives. So, yeah, I think people should have a little patience when we're doing things here that are not only going to make our lives better, keep us happier, but also make better products for you. Because, baby, if you're sick, if you got emotional issues going on, you got problems, you really shouldn't be putting that energy into work and orders for people. Needless to say, all of our stuff really, to me, has been blessings with the exception of Sanaya's collarbone. Hi, Star. You know, with the exception of that, it's all been blessings. And very few of you act this way. I mean, some of you have had extreme patience because I had a situation where I had somebody over here one night who packed the orders wrong. People didn't get enough of what they ordered, and I've been trying to circle back to those people and make sure they get what they need. So I had to change things drastically here. Primarily, only my kids and highly experienced students that I have trained will be allowed into my room to package orders. I make the products. If I don't mix the formulation myself, I've made the formulation and my oldest daughter or my youngest daughter does them, my descendants. I don't have people all up in here making this stuff, having access to how I make my items. And I've taught them all how to make their own, the ones who do work here, so they have no reason to steal. But we are not, you guys have seen the videos. I don't know if you've ever seen more than 2 people working with me in this root room at one time. And when you got 50 orders in the queue, it's hard to make a dent in this stuff. But I love what I do. I really considered closing my store yesterday because I'm tired. I have a dollhouse I'd like to build. I've got nieces coming to visit me. I've got a house that I've got to keep clean. And my oldest daughter is a great help. The youngest one's 16. She does what she's made to do. But when she does it, she does a good job. So check it out. You know, it's gotten to the point where if you are that angry, if you are within the shipping parameters, you ain't getting your money back. You'll get your order shipped when I ship it within the normal parameters. If for some reason I am at fault and due to my schedule, because everybody wants me everywhere. They want me at this festival, that festival. People want me to come to them. Well, that comes at a cost to being here. So if I am out of the shipping parameters for you, I offer you 3 choices. I usually always put extra goodies in a box that is late. People can testify to that. I always send something extra when there's a mix-up on an order. Your second option is to get your money back. And I'll be more than happy to do that. If that's the way you want to roll, get your money back and try it with somebody else. Because I don't think it's right. I mean, especially after the stuff I saw in New Orleans this weekend. You know, Conjure New Orleans, they're probably the one in Priestess Miriam's with the most handmade items in it. Other folks, I don't want to talk about. But, you know, if you're going to New Orleans looking for authentic conjure, you are going to be unfortunately disappointed. I considered opening a store down there, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, and I really tried to hold back on this. What I'm seeing in New Orleans is an amazing amount of gentrification. People buying up properties from people who were not able to fix their homes after Katrina. And they're doing, as evidenced by the flea bag that we stayed in until we got a new room in the middle of the night, a new apartment. They're doing really shoddy renovations and charging exorbitant fees. And guess what? That's pretty much representative of New Orleans. Shoddy, pretty much a lot of shit. Slapped on at the highest price to the highest bidder. And I used to think I wanted to move there. Hot as balls. Dirty, smelly in a lot of places. It's like a frat party. We were in one of these so-called voodoo stores when one of my girlfriends got an alcoholic drink spilled all over her while she was standing looking at something. That's not what a conjure shop should be. You know, I'm very proud of work that Mama Star and Hoodoo Semoise have done in the French Quarter. It's the store I was most comfortable being in there. I read for a while there on Saturday, but I'm not happy with what this has become. And I was told by Mama Star, I was told by several friends that I was needed. That a black person in conjure that was willing to do things it was a circus. The old-fashioned way and not pander to automation and commercialization, that I was needed. And I do feel needed, and I do appreciate you all. But baby, bye. What I'm not going to do is ruin my life over a few conjure products that most people don't even get to open. They don't even use them when they get them. Okay? You know, I don't know about Baton Rouge or any other place in the South. I'm a Yankee. I don't really fit in there. I fit in Alabama, where my people's from. But, I'm an Ohio girl. Always have been. And trust me, baby, there's conjure, there's root work, and there are black witches, a lot of them in Ohio. And there are also a lot of people of other races that need a store. So, yeah, I went on a fact-finding mission. And you all have to understand that New Orleans voodoo is bloodline. So legitimate practitioners are not going to be, for the most part, not all of them, as I said before, from the most part, are not going to be in the French Quarter. And that's sad. And the prices for the rent is probably what's keeping people out of there. So I'm going to continue to run my operation from my home. And when the spirits see fit, I'll find the proper location for my business. I actually want to leave this country. Due to the things that I'm seeing, this place is headed in a very bad direction. And unfortunately, I cannot continue my business from another country because y'all don't want to pay that shipping. I ship internationally all the time. So, I don't know what I'm going to do as far as where I'm going to go after this. But I'm really happy where I am. And actually, you have to go away from home in order to appreciate home again. And what I saw there, maybe I was looking in the wrong places, you know. I just can't. I can't get down there and participate in some of that. And I know there's a couple good people trying to fight that experience and trying to make things better for people, but New Orleans is not the chocolate city anymore, y'all. It's a white frat boy playground. And I was very disappointed, and I kept trying to raise my vibration the whole time I was there, and it was a big letdown. And I really hate that. Maybe I just didn't see all of the right people go to the right places, but these are the places people are being exposed to. I'm talking to people in these stores who are black, who are looking for products, and showing them what is okay and what is not, because they're asking me, because they recognized me. That's a shame. That's a true blue shame. But, you know, like I said, I'm going to get back to little Missy Ann here, while her mama goes and gets me that baby Bajorn strap, because we're going straight from Africa and going to strap this child to me and get my work done. And my daughters are going to continue to process the orders, and I'm going to continue to fend off people who have absolutely no patience, and gonna enjoy my life in the process. I'm sorry I'm shaking the camera. That's because I'm shaking the baby. She always trying to get milk out of these old dried up titties, y'all. I'm like, I ain't got nothing for you. Granny had nothing for you. But for all of you who have supported me over the years, I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep the store open as much as possible. You know, right now it's just a busy time. And I'm keeping my promises to customers. So the fact that it is so... Somebody's pressed about a book. See my status about that they ordered while I was out of town when I put up a travel notice. I came. And I freely invited her to go and buy her spiritual products someplace else. Because that's not what we're working here with, people. And like I've told people a million times, I'll burn this motherfucker to the ground rather than to sacrifice my principles and doing things the right way and doing right by people. I don't need this business. I love it. I appreciate it. It provides money to buy more supplies and money for me to travel or to feed my kids when I can't cook because I have so much work to do. But I ain't getting rich off of this. I'm not taking advantage of anyone. So, you know, and I've never in the history of niggerdom cheated anybody. And in fact, every reading I've ever given, hundreds of readings I've given in the last 5 years, nobody's ever come back and told me I was wrong. So y'all can stick with authentic things and people who get back to you and care about you, or you can go order from a place that builds things with machines, or it takes a month or more to send you your products. That's your choice, not mine.